Welcome to the Guitar Jet YouTube channel. I'm Miles, and today I'm going to talk to you about the best guitar books for intermediate players. These are 5 books that I love and have used to learn a lot about guitar myself, and I've also used these books with some of my guitar students. So let's check out this first book here, and this has got to be one of the most underrated guitar books as well as one of the best guitar books for intermediate players. It's called the Definitive Guitar Handbook, and it's by Rusty Kuchin and Paco Pena. And the thing about this book is it covers every subject under the sun related to guitar. You want to learn about rhythm, harmony, chords, lead guitar, sound production, effects pedals, effects as a whole, and guitar history, the history of making guitars, famous guitar players. This book covers it all, and that's the thing. Rather than niching down in an intermediate or advanced topic, it gives you the basics, the fundamentals of everything related to guitar, and that's what's so cool. It'll help you become a far more versatile, well-rounded guitar player, and you'll learn so much. Even I got this book after playing guitar for 16 years, and I learned so much from this. So definitely check out the Definitive Guitar Handbook. It's really affordable. I bet you could find it on Amazon for an inexpensive price. But let's move on to the Leonard Guitar Tab Method books, and this is method books 2 and 3. And the thing is, the first method book goes through basics like how to read tabs, how to play C, A, G, E, and D, how to alternate pick and down pick, you know, really basic stuff. But once you start to dive into books 2 and 3, you'll move beyond 8th notes into triplets and 16th notes. You'll learn advanced, well, intermediate riffs, advanced riffs, whatever you want to call them. You'll just learn some really fun songs that you'll definitely recognize. And gosh, you'll also learn some interesting techniques like hybrid picking. You'll improve your bar chords. You'll learn 7th chords. I mean, there's just a lot to learn in the Leonard Guitar Tab Method books 2 and 3. And I believe you can buy all these as a single set, books 1, 2, and 3 in just a single trilogy. But of course, I have them individually. So let's move past those. And another Leonard book here that I think is very fascinating is Leonard's Dictionary of Guitar Styles. And this isn't a super common book, but it's 25 essential lessons for the complete guitarist. That's what it says. And if you go through and you look at the essential lessons, what it does is it breaks down a bunch of different genres for you. It gives you some examples, and of course you can play through those examples, and those examples will give you a great idea of what that particular genre sounds like, what type of techniques and scales are used in that particular genre. And of course, some of it, like some of the genres included, are alternative and grunge, blues, classical, Celtic, classic metal, classic rock, country, fingerstyle, flamenco, folk, jazz, fusion, funk. I mean, you name it, this book is covering it. So definitely check out the Dictionary of Guitar Styles, because if you're an intermediate player, well, it's good to learn a bunch of different styles, and then you can see where you want to move from there, right? If you want to advance, oftentimes you'll maybe think about niching down. For example, I love progressive rock, and I also love fusion, and so I spend a lot of time studying those genres. And I wouldn't have known that had I not, as an intermediate player, looked at so many different styles, so many different guitar styles. Okay, the 4th book that's great for intermediate players is Country Guitar for Beginners. And I know it says for beginners, but trust me, I think this is a great intermediate book. And, you know, the book says it best, a complete method to learn traditional and modern country guitar playing. It's by Levi Clay. Make sure you check out his channel. And here's the thing. I'm including this because I want you to know that there are a bunch of books out there that cover specific genres in depth. And of course, this covers country guitar in depth. And country guitar is incredible. I mean, the techniques used, the chords used. I love country guitar, and I feel like it's often left out of the learning conversation in the electric guitar community. Most people focus on learning and slash or teaching blues guitar, rock guitar, and metal guitar. And country guitar just gets left out. So let's not leave it out. Check out Country Guitar for Beginners by Levi Clay. And last but not least, we have a timeless classic, the Hal Leonard Complete Edition. Hal Leonard Guitar Method Complete Edition by Will Schmid and Greg Koch. That's K-O-C-H. And gosh, you know, what is there to be said about this book that hasn't been said? Well, I guess only guitar nerds really talk about this book. But, you know, a lot of people have this book, and it starts off by going through notation. And so if that scares you, then don't check out this book. But eventually it moves into tablature. And I will also say that learning notation, like the basics of notation, is really helpful, especially if you want to be a musician. And what I mean when I say musician is a professional musician. If you're playing in professional settings, it'll definitely help you if you can read music, especially if you're working with musicians that know how to read music. So the Hal Leonard Guitar Method covers notation and then everything else under the sun, bunch of classic tunes, a bunch of different techniques, every scale that you need to know. It's in here. And Greg is an incredible guitarist, Greg Koch. Definitely look him up. And that's about all I've got to say about the Hal Leonard Guitar Method. So, to recap, I'll recap the books. We've got the Definitive Guitar Handbook. We have the Hal Leonard Guitar Tab Method, Book 2 and Book 3. You have the Dictionary of Guitar Styles by John Tapella. You have the Country Guitar for Beginners book by Levi Clay. And last but not least, the Hal Leonard Guitar Method Complete Edition by Will Schmid and Greg Koch. I really hope you liked this video. I hope you were able to take something away from it. The links to these books are in the description below. And if you like this video, definitely subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.